I need to interact with a server. And my way of getting the server is going, are you out of your fucking mind? Who the fuck do you think you are?
So here's a great story about how you can be the biggest star in the room, nay, the building, and still be more respectful to your server than other people. I was working at a fancy French restaurant in Charlottesville, Virginia in 2007, and it was a cool place. It was the vibe was country French, like sort of like an upscale antique store, and the food was very high end. We had like trout en papillote, and there was foie gras done 2 ways with sauternes, and the roasted duck breast, sweetbreads, and a Madeira and shiitake glaze. If you don't know what sweetbreads are, they're not Danishes, okay? Now, Charlottesville is a city that has a lot of celebrity residents. Most of them aren't there full time, but like Sissy Spacek lives there year round. The Rock has a horse farm outside of town. Minnie Driver has a vacation house. Rob Lowe has a vacation house because he was born there. The entire Long family, Howie, Kyle, Chris, they all live there. And there's a very famous author of political fiction that lives there. Probably the most famous author of political fiction. And he used to come in every once in a while with his wife. And they would have dinner. And I waited on them a couple times. And I enjoyed it because they were very charming, pleasant people who were knowledgeable about food and wine. And they enjoyed my company. So on that night, I had that table and I was waiting on another table. You really only had 2 tables at a time at this restaurant, maybe 3, because you were expected to give perfect fine dining service, know everything about the menu, know everything about the area, look good, and be witty and charming all at the same time. It was a lot. And I loved the job, don't get me wrong, but it was a lot. So I was at this other table side and I was telling them about the dessert menu, and when they found out we didn't have a barista to make like lattes and cappuccinos, they started to get angry. And they had been drinking a lot up to this point, and they were getting louder and louder, but now they were getting mad. And they started to whisper the F slur for gay people underneath their breath every time I walked by. And then they started to snap their fingers. And it was at this point that Mr. Grisham stood up for me. Or he was just pissed that they were ruining his meal. I don't know. But he leaned over and he put his hand on their table and he said, "Y'all are being awfully rude. I want you gone because you're ruining my dinner. Just go, I'll pay your bill." And it looked like they were going to fight him for a second. But they realized who it was and they realized that they didn't have a leg to stand on, so they ended up leaving. And he did pay both bills and he tipped me real well. And I'll always remember that he was nice to me in that moment. We didn't necessarily have to be. And his wife apologized to me for having to deal with that. And I told her, hey, as long as I get to tell this story, I'm cool.